Is the crypto bull market over, and what is Trump his plan with all these tariffs and this global trade war? What can we expect in crypto to happen, and what can we expect from Trump in the coming months? So that is what we're going to talk about in this video, so let's dive into it. Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back here at Coin Compass. My name is Quentin, and if you're new here to the channel, make sure to be subscribed to stay updated with everything crypto related. In this video, we're going to talk about the bloodbath in crypto. So it came because of the trade war that Trump is currently doing with other nations such as Mexico, Canada, and the European Union as well. But we're going to put it in perspective, and I'm going to tell you what I think will happen next. First of all, let's have a look here at CoinGecko. And if we have a look at the last 7 days, we see that Bitcoin is down around 6%, Ethereum is down 13%. And if we have a look at the other altcoins, we see that most of them are even more down than Ethereum. So double-digit red all across the board overall. So not a good look, and we see complete capitulation right now in the crypto markets. And talking about capitulation, I want to show you this statistic right here, which we posted on the X of Coin Compass, so make sure to follow us there as well for more insights. But we see that we hit an all-time high in liquidations in the crypto market. There is more liquidations that happened on the trade war than it happened during the crash of 3AC and Celsius and even the FTX bankruptcy. So this is an extreme capitulation, and we also see that the sentiment in the crypto market is very bad. But it doesn't only stay to crypto. If we have a look at the S&P 500, that is also going down quite a lot. If we have a look at the last 6 months, it still looks okay, but it hit a 6-month low right now. So here we were still at 6,144. Right now we're sitting at 5,570. So down 10% in actually just a matter of a few weeks. So the S&P 500 also going down quite a lot, and other stocks around the globe are going down because of fears of this trade war that Trump actually started. But there's a plan behind that, and that is actually what I want to talk about. I want to put something in perspective, why maybe he did this on purpose. Because it could be a good thing in the long term. But before I'm going to explain that, I just want to say quickly that our campaign with Bitget has been extended. So we have 18 more days, or you guys have 18 more days to sign up to Bitget with our exclusive campaign that we're running together with them. And you get 50% off all fees and up to $15,000 in bonuses. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, you get access to our exclusive trading group where traders help you with setups and so on and answer questions. So make sure to do that. The link is in the description down below. Now let's continue with what Trump, his plan might be. Again, this is not really a conspiracy, this is just a realistic scenario what could potentially be behind all this. So now let me explain you what a potential reason could be why Trump is doing this. So let's have a look here. We see that the US has to refinance $9 trillion in debt in 2025. And of course, high yields make that impossible. They want to refinance that 9 trillion in debt, which is of course a huge number. They want to do that as cheap as possible. So Trump is starting trade wars right now with Canada, Mexico, the European Union, China, etc. So he does that for two reasons, or could potentially do this for two reasons. Of course, the first reason is because he wants something from these countries. For example, for Mexico, he wants a more secure border from the Mexican side, and that's why he's also doing these trade wars, these tariffs on Mexican products. But a potential byproduct, not only from getting something from these countries, is that he could potentially refinance that $9 trillion in debt very cheaply. So what is the play here for Trump? So first of all, he might just let the stocks drop. As I just showed you, the S&P 500 is 10% down in just a matter of weeks. The financial markets are totally in fear right now, and they might even drop a bit lower. Same for crypto, they might even drop lower for a bit. When the stocks drop a lot, this means that the bond prices will go up because the money needs to go somewhere. It will go to bonds, safe haven, and the bond prices will go up. If the bond prices go up, then it means that they drive the yields lower because higher bond prices means lower yields. And if the yields are getting lower, this would actually force the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. And if the interest rates are being cut, That means that if the US want to refinance, they can do that a lot cheaper than before. So that might be like a play that Trump is eyeing for, because if he needs to refinance that 9 trillion in debt, a huge amount, then that would mean that that every percentage point, or every quarter of a percentage point lower, would make it a lot cheaper to refinance. So it might be that he actually sees two advantages of doing this trade war. First of all, geopolitically, to get something done, but also to refinance this cheaper. So short term, there is pain. Long term, there might be gain. This also means that if all this happens, and actually even if this doesn't happen, then this year the money supply will go up. There will be new liquidity in the market, which is obviously good for all financial markets. So this might be the play that Trump is eyeing for. Now let's have a quick look here at the timeline of when Trump came to office and all these tariffs, because he started actually in the very beginning when he got inaugurated back in January. So he immediately put some tariffs on Canada and Mexico. And actually, I'm not going over everything here, or not over all the details, but basically he keeps on putting new tariffs on different countries, Mexico, especially Mexico and Canada, but also the European Union will get some tariffs on their goods. And of course, these countries are reacting with counter tariffs on goods coming from the US, of course. So this looks like a global trade war, and this looks like very bad, obviously, for everything in the world. All these tariffs and so on, they apply to hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods. But first of all, these goods will keep on being exported and imported, maybe in a smaller amount, but the impact of that will not be extremely high, obviously. And also, if you put it in perspective, hundreds of billions of dollars, the gross domestic product, GDP of the US, is 30 trillion. We're literally talking about less than a percentage point right now of like goods on which these tariffs apply. So basically, in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big deal, especially not for the US. It is a bit worse for the other countries because it is about a higher percentage of their GDP, but the US has a high enough GDP. And again, like these goods on which these tariffs apply, they will not like just go totally to zero, the value of that import and export. So again, if you compare it to the total GDP, it is not too much. So I wouldn't be too scared about it. But obviously financial markets, they always price in the worst case scenario in such cases. So they're actually afraid that this will get out of control and the tariffs will go about more goods and so on and so on. You see that the fear is peaking in all financial markets right now. And now the last thing I want to show you is what actually we're pretty certain about that will happen in the coming months. So we will see a global liquidity injection. The fiat financial system simply cannot operate without huge liquidity injections all the time. So the M2 money supply that we're seeing right here is actually going higher and higher, as you can see right here. And what we see in the Bitcoin price is the Bitcoin price is actually following that chart of the global M2 money supply pretty accurately. So we see that this is going up already for a while, and Bitcoin is lagging a little bit. It's always like lagging, or most of the times it is lagging a little bit. So basically what I think will happen is that the Bitcoin price eventually will follow. And we're pretty certain that this will happen and will continue to move up throughout 2025. So global liquidity will be spiking, rates will be cut, and now it's a trade war and the whole thing here the game plan that I explained, we're even more sure that the rates will be cut. There will be quantitative easing, in other words, money printing, and the result might be Bitcoin exploding. Of course, this is not certain, but the chances of that to happen are still quite high. So my final thoughts on all this: is the bull market over? No, but we might experience some more pain for the coming months. We really don't know what will happen. There is another problem, obviously, that is the lack of liquidity in the crypto market. We see that liquidity always was taken away by some meme coins and so on. So that is, of course, another problem that we have. But of course, it still looks good on the longer term. We just don't know if 2025 is going to play out as expected. We might be delayed for a bit, but eventually I think we will end up in the same place at the same prices that I always was looking for even before all of this happened. So again, the next few months might be like bumpy. We don't know exactly what will happen. We don't know when this trade war is going to stop, when there will be agreements, when these will be like, when they go away, and so on and so on. So maybe we will be postponed for a little bit. All right, guys, that was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to be subscribed. And I see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.